Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. INEC says all is set for a successful conduct of the Osun State governorship election tomorrow, pledges to make poll a model for others in 2019. Police authorities warn against vote buying in the Osun State governorship election as 28,000 personnel are deployed to ensure maintenance of security. Minister of Communication Adebayo Shitu defends non-participation in the National Youth Service Corps, insists he has broken no law. And at least 136 people killed and many more still missing in Tanzania after a ferry carrying hundreds of people capsized on Lake Victoria. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app has an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app and then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and then follow the instructions. The former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has been speaking on why he dumped the ruling All Progressives Congress and the chances of his new party, the People's Democratic Party, in the forthcoming general elections. According to him, the APC has inherited the problems that led to the disintegration of the PDP in 2015, whereas the PDP has learnt from its 2015 defeat at the polls and is now poised to regain its place in the 2019 polls. He was speaking on our breakfast program, Sunrise Daily.
PDP, in my opinion, learned its lesson. In 2015, PDP was very arrogant, believed that no matter what happened, they would win election. They never thought an incumbent government could lose election. And therefore, they had at that time some level of impunity that many of us thought that that was not the best way to handle the government, the party, and of course the country. And that was why we decided to defect to APC, to form the party, to work for the party across the country, mobilize the people, and at the end of the day, we won the election. And of course, PDP learned its lesson, unfortunately, the hard way. And they started thinking positively. And as far as I'm concerned, PDP now is a better party than it was in 2015. Now, unfortunately, APC refused to learn anything. They didn't understand, and they don't want to understand, to the extent that APC today is the PDP of 2015, and APC, or PDP of today, is the APC of 2015. In fact, there was a swap between the two parties.
And staying with politics, the Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal says the president Nigeria needs is one who will respect the rule of law and give the country's restructuring serious consideration. Governor Tambuwal was speaking in Ado-Ekiti, where he met leaders of the People's Democratic Party ahead of the party's presidential primary. He insists the present government, headed by President Muhammadu Buhari, has a poor scorecard and promised to lead a government that is fair to all.
Loud and clear, I will not be that president that will shut out the calls for restructuring of Nigeria by the Nigerian people. I will rather facilitate that engagement and ensure that we have a robust debate on restructuring and ultimately arrive at that destination of restructuring Nigeria, where the people of Southwest, for example, I know, are interested in fiscal federalism. There will be good governance. If there is good governance, there will be respect for institutions of democracy. There will be respect for institutions of democracy. There will be respect for the rule of law.
State Governor Hayodele Fayose, on his part, aligned with the thoughts and vision of the aspirant, and he advised him and other contestants to approach the forthcoming primary with determination and sportsmanship.
Your comment, you said you want a Nigeria that belongs to Nigeria. The Nigeria that belongs to Nigeria provides equity for all, provides opportunity and level playing for all states because it's a federal thing. The federal government determines what everybody gets, and that is not the law. That is not the law. They will be for all of us because they want to do election in Osun. They release money to four states. That is not in equity. That is not the country of our country.
Meanwhile, the River State Governor Nyesom Wike believes that the eventual winner of the presidential ticket of the PDP in the 2019 elections will not be a desperate person, but someone with genuine interest in the welfare of the people. Governor Wike was speaking in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, when he received another People's Democratic Party presidential hopeful, Dr. Bukola Saraki. The governor explains that the candidate must be someone who truly has the interest of the nation at heart.
Of you who are presidential aspirants to see the interests of the party as the utmost, not individual interests. I've watched you in your campaigns. You are not desperate like some of your colleagues are. I'm not a desperate person. I pray to Almighty God will fly the flag of this party. It's only when people are desperate, it's only people believe that they must be president, you must be afraid of such persons, what they want to use the presidency for. All of us know that Buhari had wanted to be president. Today, we have seen why he wanted to be president.
Now, more governorship aspirants are reeling out their manifesto and plans ahead of the All Progressives Congress primaries in Borno State. An accomplished banker, Mr. Kashim Imam, is one of the 19 aspirants who's picked the governorship nomination form, and he says he's keen on continuing the rebuilding and resettlement program introduced by the APC government in the state.
Politicians vying for the Borno State governorship seat are stepping up their campaigns in various parts of the state, many of them using the time to interact with the people and reel out their plans. At a press conference in Maiduguri, the state capital, one of the aspirants, Mr. Kashim Imam, a former banker, highlights his plans for the state, particularly in the education sector.
In the tertiary institutions, we will support our students by way of scholarships, particularly in the field of the sciences. But for primary school, secondary school, you don't have a choice. You like it, I will send your child to school. You don't like it, I will send your child to school.
Of concern to many in the state is the decision of the All Progressives Congress in Borno State to adopt the indirect primaries. For him, the direct primaries method conforms to democratic standards all over the world.
The most democratic form of primaries is direct primaries. In the United States of America, they conduct direct primaries. In Nigeria, under the SDP, when I was the state chairman, and then at the then NRC, we conducted direct primaries. Nobody should be afraid of direct primaries. I welcome it wholeheartedly.
Mr. Kashim Imam, who is contesting for governorship of Borno State for the 4th time, says he's confident of victory and is keen on continuing the rebuilding and resettlement program introduced by the current APC-led government in the state.
And from Borno, let's cross over to Abuja. Here's Linda Hakigbe. Linda?
Hello, Ijoma. And staying with politics, the acting governor of Kano State, Nasiru Gawuna, has been campaigning for the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari and the governor of the state, Abdullahi Ganduje, in the 2019 general elections. Mr. Gawuna met with the All Progressives Congress Youth Solidarity Group from the popular Canteen Quarry Textile Market, who were at the government house to pledge their support in the coming elections. Our correspondent Idris Jibrin reports.
There are traders from Nigeria's largest textile market in Kano. Their mission is solidarity to the APC-led government of President Muhammadu Buhari and that of Governor Abdullahi Ganduje in Kano State. The state deputy governor, Nasir Gawuna, says the task of nation building championed by the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari and the Ganduje-led government is so outstanding that it cannot pass without recognition, especially in the area of agricultural development.
I stand to be corrected that every farmer knows the issue of fertilizer has been solved in Nigeria. So this shows what these leaders and what our great party, the policies of our great party are impacting on the people and the general populace.
The state commissioners of commerce and industries who led the group informed the governor that the youth are mostly those who benefited from the newly established Entebra Mall within the Kantinkwari textile market.
Thank you for making this outing to identify with the government of President Muhammadu Buhari and that of His Excellency Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. Both of them are committed to making life better. His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari has ensured improvement in security, has ensured curtailing corruption, has ensured respect of the rule of law and procedure.
The youth who confirmed that the Kano state government has performed well in the area of youth empowerment pledges their continued support to President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Abdullahi Ganduje to develop the economy.
We at the Kantinkwari market are particularly honored for the assistance rendered to our members in the market, and we shall continue to show our unyielding support to President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, and our vote for 2019 goes to them.
Meanwhile, the state government has assured the youth that more developmental projects will be initiated by the state government for the overall development of the state. Idris Jibrin, Channels Television News.
Oyo State Governor Abiola Ajimobi has declared his intention to contest for the Oyo State Senatorial District come 2019. This is coming ahead of the party's primaries scheduled to begin next week. Ajimobi made the declaration at the Trenchard Hall of the University of Ibadan, where the maiden edition of General Abdulsalam Abubakar Foundation Peace Lecture was held. He says he had already presented himself to the screening committee in Abuja, having obtained the nomination and expression of interest form to contest for Oyo South Senatorial District under the platform of the APC ahead of the October 3rd party primaries for senatorial aspirants. Ajimobi expressed optimism that his impressive credentials will enable him win the party ticket, which he described as a precursor for bigger victories for the APC in Oyo State. When the News at 10 returns, Central Bank of Nigeria revokes the operational license of Skybank, changes lender's name to Polaris Bank. Please stay with us.